Hey everybody. So I figured I would give you guys a tour here of our grounds, of our farm here as it starts to really come along, our reforestation efforts. That's Claudio the rooster. So just keep in mind as you look over this landscape here and all of the growth that when we came here, none of this was here. This was just a cow pasture. It had been logged about 20 years ago. And then ever since then on, when all the trees were taken out, it was just converted over into a cow pasture. So what people do is they just plant like an African grass seed and they just let it spread and put cows on it so the trees don't ever come back. So all of this is new growth. And I just want you guys to kind of like imagine this as just being like a big grassy plain, because that's what it was. There goes Bandita, Bandita, our little doggy. Okay, so as you can see now we have lots of things going on here. Many different species. This is a lychee tree. We've got some naranjija shrubs down here, things on multiple layers. Yucca or cassava pretty much everywhere. Got a coconut coming up pretty high. Oh, let me just switch over here for a second because this is our garage. There's our old Russian Jeep, Niva Lada. And here on the roof, Juan has very ingeniously hooked up a little water collection system. So we collect water from the roof of the car, or the roof of the car, I'm sorry, from the roof of the garage. It's funneled down into this tank, and that holds it, right? And then there's a bigger tank down there beyond these other elephant ear type things. And then the water is gravity fed through a hose all the way down there to that little building you can see down in the corner. That's our bathroom. So when you go in the bathroom and you turn on the sink, there's an actual, like, we have running water. We also have a nice shower down there too. So it's all gravity fed, no pump. We have a little heater down there in the shower that heats up the water as it comes down, a little propane heater. It's a very primitive system, but it really works for us really well. And yeah, it's great. There's no pump, no electricity needed, no gas needed, just gravity, just doing the whole thing. Okay, so let's go back to the grounds. You can see our complex down here, but I'll tell you what, it's getting harder and harder to see with all of this new vegetation growing up. Here, I'm going to show you guys some. Sorry, I know this is like far from professional, yeah? I'm just kind of like walking around, showing you guys around. I mean, I'm not even pretending this is a professional video. These are microphones. Aren't these cool? Microphones? I don't know. Those of you guys who are like my age, Gen Xers, you remember Jem? She was like this cartoon rock star chick back in the cartoons in the 80s, and then she had a microphone that looked just like one of these. So those are micrófonos, and they're super cool flowers. Oh, this is really interesting. So where are the seeds, yeah? So what happens is when they start to turn red, you get this lip at the bottom of the flower, and the seeds form down here. And then eventually what happens is one day the flower just goes like that and just kind of like spits them out onto the ground. And that's how the plant seeds itself. But to propagate it, it's actually much easier than that, because actually what you can do is just cut one of these big leaves, these big stalks, and stick it in the ground, and it'll die back, but it's forming roots underground. So then eventually you'll just get another one. So you don't have to wait for the seeds. It's much easier than that. Okay, so let's go into the food forest. And let's take a little tour of the food forest. So we've got here a baby lemon tree, Wanabana, just kind of giving you guys an overview of all the species that we have here. Over here we have an inga, or a waba, it's called, or it's known more commonly in English as the ice cream bean. Some of you guys who have been to South America might have had ice cream bean. This is a super valuable tree because it's actually a legume. And those of you guys who know anything about plants, you know that legumes, they sequester nitrogen underground. So just having leguminous trees around is a lot like just having fertilizer in the ground. This is what I really came down here to show you guys. Check it out. This is our first avocados coming out. Aren't they beautiful? And when we got here, I planted these actually from seed. This is from a seed, and it's only been here for 4 years, 3.5 years. And it's already got multiple beautiful avocados coming out on it. It's our first avocados, and I'm so excited. I'm super excited, not just because I love avocados, but you know, guys, when self-sustaining, to be self-sufficient, I mean, not 100%, but as much as possible is your goal. You can't just grow fruits and vegetables, right? I mean, you can't just live on fruits and vegetables. I mean, I know some people do, but like, I don't want to. I want to have fat and protein in my diet. So this is a beautiful, big, beautiful limones, limes. Yeah. So for me to have, look at all these limes coming out. For me to have a source of fat, of good fat and protein in our food forest is really important. We also have a lot of nut trees growing. We have a noise pili, which is similar to a Brazil nut. We have Ticasso or Sacha Inchi. Probably you guys might not have heard of these because they're more South American things, but also really, really high in omegas and protein. This is another avocado tree coming up. And then back here, we've got lots of bananas, lots of plantains. Those are our staples. Lots of cassava. Those are our staples. We've got mango, coconut, avocado, lemon, orange, tangerine, guayavilla, a lot of fruits that are native to here, Ecuador and Colombia. And then we've also got some fruit trees from Asia, salak or snake fruit. So we plant mostly native, but also for variety, we also like to have trees from around the equatorial zone. Just to give us some diversity. So it's not important to be 100% native. But what is important is if you are planting, right, your own garden or your own edible forest, is to stick with things that thrive in your climate. Like if you're in Arizona, don't try to plant bananas. Yeah, guys, they need a lot of water, okay? This is a bicolor limon tree. This one is beautiful. And it's putting out a lot of big fruits now. So anyway, I'll take you guys around more later on. I think that's enough for now. Just giving you guys the overview. In there is our mobile chicken coop. I'll give you guys the lowdown on that. But right now we've got a broody hen in there. And we've decided to respect her wish to sit on her eggs and not take her eggs. So we're going to, gave her her own little box, her own little apartment. And now she's super happy in there because she's just mothering her eggs. And you know, I read about how you can break them out of the cycle of brooding, and I was like, no, this is horrible. This is horrible. We're just gonna let her, you know, sit on her eggs if that's what she wants to do. She's so much happier now sitting on her eggs. We're not gonna take them. We're not gonna try to break her instincts, and it's just awful. So anyway, so yeah, here we go, food forest, and I'll be back more with later.